Enjoy ESPN Live anywhere with this unbeatable offer. Time Warner Cable. Enjoy better.
Hot off Romney's win in Illinois, what should we expect tomorrow in Louisiana? Have we reached the point where Republicans will rally behind Mitt Romney and start putting some pressure on Rick Santorum to step back? Ron Bonjean is a Republican strategist, former chief of staff to the Senate Republican Conference under Senator Jon Kyl. Ron, good to talk to you this morning. Welcome.
Hey, great to be here. Thanks.
Here's USA Today, which has got to be the biggest left-handed compliment I've ever seen. Louisiana GOP primary actually matters this time. How relevant is it? How important is it for at least one of these contenders to step out of the way after this race?
Well, it really matters, tomorrow in Louisiana because of the amount of delegates. There's over 40 delegates in Louisiana. It's likely to go to, the win is likely to go to Rick Santorum because, like Mississippi and Alabama, it's a southern state. There's a high amount of evangelicals and social conservatives in the state. And Mitt Romney has a hard time pulling that off. So every delegate counts here in this race. Mitt Romney has, I believe, around 563 delegates. Rick Santorum has about half of that. And so every delegate counts. This helps Rick Santorum. But you know what? Because the state is proportional in terms of the amount of delegates it awards, Mitt Romney's still going to pick some up.
Yeah.
But it does keep Rick Santorum in the race. And although everyone seems to be believing now that Mitt Romney is going to be the eventual nominee.
Well, the one name you did not mention is telling, and that is Newt Gingrich's. He's going to be watching the returns, we understand, probably from his home in Virginia. If he does not win, clearly the pressure is going to be on even more so for him to step out. How likely do you think that is?
Well, I don't think Newt Gingrich is going to step out. He's been really enjoying himself despite the lack of delegates he's been getting. In addition, I think because he's been in this race for so long and because he has the national spotlight on him, I don't think anybody's going to tell, even if somebody told him to get out, I doubt he will do it. Newt Gingrich is his own man and his own force of nature, so to speak, and he enjoys the spotlight and trying to get to the convention any way he can, even with a few hundred delegates, would seem to be satisfactory to him.
Yeah. Would you say that the endorsements of Jeb Bush and now Jim DeMint saying that he's relatively comfortable and even excited about the prospect of Mitt Romney as a nominee, is it fair to call that a tipping point in the primary race?
Well, I've been saying since the Illinois victory for Mitt Romney, I thought that high-profile Republicans would probably be coming out. Now you see, like you said, Jeb Bush. You see a veiled endorsement by Jim DeMint. And I think you're going to see more and more Republicans now say, okay, well, let's wrap this up. As Mitt Romney gets closer and closer to that 1,144 delegates needed for the nomination, more Republicans are going to come around him, especially establishment Republicans, and say, let's move forward. The problem is the base of the party, the social conservatives. That's been what's really holding back a number of these members who are afraid of getting on the other side of them.
Well, then you got Matt Drudge today tweeting, and I'm paraphrasing here, that Rick Santorum and Gingrich, in his view, are exhausted, reduced to holding up a children's toy, that is the Etch-a-Sketch, and in Santorum's case, arguing that President Obama is a better alternative than Mitt Romney. Have Romney's rivals degraded to a point where they're no longer speaking the way real Republicans speak?
Well, I think that, the Mitt Romney campaign gave Santorum and Gingrich a moment where they could pounce on. They were using the visual, the Etch-a-Sketch, and clearly, for the last couple of days, it seems to have worked in terms of the visual. They are tired. They are exhausted. I mean, if I were Newt Gingrich, I'd be on the campaign trail. He's running out of money. Rick Santorum has moved his family to Iowa and spent, all this time on the campaign trail. Sure, he has got to be exhausted, but Santorum looks invigorated. He does not look wiped out. He seems to be enjoying himself. I don't think he or anyone else thought he would be this far in the race right now.
Yeah, that's for sure. Ron, thanks for your insight. Good to talk to you. Have a good weekend.
Hey, thanks a lot. Have a great weekend.
Ron Bonjean joining us from Washington. When we come back, big problems at a big solar company. Will First Solar ever be able to solve its leadership or lack thereof issues? We'll be right back.
Americans believe they should be in charge of their own future, how they live tomorrow. For more than 116 years, Ameriprise